Well, Coach, any Florida resident will tell you that afternoon pop-up showers and storms are the norm, and that's exactly what we have right now. Actually expecting a pretty steady rain throughout today here in Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Field. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
What we got?
They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 19-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
Foles. His throw incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now Foles. He's going to fire one deep over the middle and unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. Pick the edge. We go 21.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Brees. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give them 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down.
First down, Saints.
And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now, there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled at a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
Sammy! Wake up! We go 21. Hey, Steve 6.
Shotgun now for Breeze. Going up top. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette. And this is caught by Lee. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Marquise Lee. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They've had touchdowns on both of their drives thus far, but now they face a 3rd and long.
44, Mike, Bravo. Get ready. 44 is the Mike. 44 is the Mike.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 17 there, and a New Orleans 1st down.
Check. Kill.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. Then they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Demario Davis there on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. A gain there of 21 yards.
It's a gain of 21 yards.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Yes. Hey. Here we go.
Here's Foles. Lee's got it over the middle. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So 2nd in inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. 2nd down in inches. This is caught, and he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter, as that's a first down.
13.
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that'll make the score 14-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Breeze. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Allen in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze. And the Saints up against it here. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. He's going to float this one deep right side. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jakeem Grant. His 4th touchdown on the year as they are now on the board here in the first half. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Fournette running out of the gun. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Tempo. Sit right there, 56.
Looking to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 42. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now Leonard Fournette. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
He'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. D.D. Westbrook, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Breeze now to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing now is Breeze. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Yannick Ngakoue able to record his 5th sack of the season. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Breeze. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 44 yards.
First down.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Breeze to throw. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First down, New Orleans.
Breeze now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Here's Breeze. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jakeem Grant with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are back within a single score. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That'll be taken in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. Nobody in front. Rashard Matthews. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Rashard Matthews. His first touchdown on the year. As his guys have cut the lead down to 2.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys.
To throw, it's Breeze.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case here, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now with still more than
momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Oh, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be second down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half.
They're playing this Madden.
Play right there
Pissed off.
and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half.
No, I ain't losing.
Chance to put some more points on the board.
I ain't losing, but these niggas playing like they don't want to win.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Foles. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to go deep for Conley. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining.
No, I'm playing somebody in one of my leagues.
Back to throw here. And he knocks
I'll be trashing people.
He was looking for James O'Shaughnessy as tight end, but it's going to be
Oh yeah,
down.
it's just, it's just tough. It's just tough. I'm sorry.
Incompletion on first down. Second and 10. This one complete over the middle to O'Shaughnessy. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 24-yard line. He'll look to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Yeah.
Back to throw again. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with John. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain
what you playing? You playing on the night? You on the night?
We are underway in the second half.
I hit you. I tried to get on there with you.
Take this up
you hit me earlier. I jumped off my game.
The 22-yard line.
I was out of
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess in the locker room, they talked
that's
about
right. You probably when you moved all your stuff there, huh?
But overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to.
That's what I mean.
Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara.
Yeah.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That one good for 37 yards.
Oh, that shit crazy. I did that for
I have a pretty good
vacation.
friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working.
This has got a lot of stuff on it, but it's trash.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8. Catch made. That's the rookie tight end, Josh Oliver. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Foles now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Fournette, a first down carry.
Oh, my God.
That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
One. Go.
On 2nd and 12, Foles over the middle, complete. That's Lee. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 41-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field, and now what he's trying to do is use his body.
And it'll be intercepted.
Get the fuck out of here.
Picked off by Marcus Williams.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now on 2nd and 13, Breeze. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
They'll give Fournette another crack. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Here's Fournette. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now. Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. This started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
No, I'm winning.
Starting field position really squandered there.
I'll be selling some fucking field goals.
And then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine a head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Grant.
Oh my God, this nigga freaking tackle.
Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Drew Brees, 6 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago, and that led the NFL. He'll try to deliver another one. Brees now on 1st down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Foles. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The previous play, they barely got. Back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
That's good for a Jacksonville.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Yes. 56, Mike. What we got? What we got? Man out. Watch twitch.
Foles. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Back to throw. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. He's at the 50. The 20. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. A big spot now for the Saints as they'll indeed go for 2. So after the INT, it's Breeze. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think we can figure out why they went for 2 there, right? Up 1. You want to make it a field goal difference if at all possible. They didn't get it. Now they've got to play some defense down the stretch.
Yeah, not much margin for error now for your D. They just have to get it into range. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. He'll find O'Shaughnessy open left side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
It's a gain of 5.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Throwing again on second down. Foles, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
180. Six.
After the penalty, it's Fournette. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
47, Mike. 47.
From the 38, Foles. And Conley's got it over the middle. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 20-yard line. Fournette. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 12-yard line.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Fournette. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
A touchdown is paramount here on 1st and goal, but got to be careful. Don't want to leave too much time on the clock for Drew Brees. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Yeah, let's go. Under 10, 10.
They'll run with Fournette, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They need to reverse the trend. The last two plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. This is Fournette. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It's a 6-yard carry. It does put him just a few yards short of the goal line, but 4th down coming up. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And Lambeau will put this one through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right,
you know
so
damn well
here. It's a huge kick there. Gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Wall had mad shit. I guess. I don't even know. Good question.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds...
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And an alley to run. On the run, it's Fournette. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes this a 9-point game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Jags, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.